This
Then
conference will now be recorded.
cool. The recording has been started. Yeah, we will add it in the members area so that uh, you all can listen to it later as well. So, Bruce, it's time to start the webinar. We will start on time. We already have 41 people, so this webinar will not take a long time. We'll try to end this webinar in 40 to 45 minutes. Is that correct, Bruce?
I would say approximately, people may have some questions, might be a little longer, but we're gonna move pretty quick. Yes.
Cool, sounds good. So you
But
can,
and
you
what,
can,
Taki, what is the one button I got to push to make the screen big?
the present button at the top right.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
there you go. Yeah, we can see the full screen now. You can
All
get
right.
started. So
Okay.
we'll just 1 minute. Sorry to interrupt you, guys. We'll take your questions later. Now we are gonna get into the training. Bruce will start the call, and I'll continue with the training. So let's get started, Bruce.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Mo. I appreciate it. I'm assuming everybody can hear me. I want to apologize up front. I am the least technical person on this call. I'm including all the people in the audience here. That I make money in this business is a testimony to the fact that you do not have to be a technical whiz to do internet offline and online marketing. Trust me. But I still haven't done a webinar in a while, so some of these things seem incredibly confusing today for some reason. Maybe because it's that I just woke up. Having said that, I want to welcome everybody. Thank you for taking the time to come here. I never consider this an easy thing to do because you got to take time away from your day, and it is Saturday. So we really do appreciate that. Um, Mo has been particularly useful with this because when I first talked to him about this Guru Guarantee badge and all this, I'll honestly tell you, I didn't even know what this was when he first brought this to my attention. I don't know, a month and a half ago. And I thought, wow, that's interesting because there are so many local service providers. And, we're talking about painters and landscapers and plumbers and just a ton of these kind of people that, you know, most of their business, because they're a service business, they have high margins, but they fight the fact that they're usually not well known, they're small, they're typically independent. They're not in a franchise or anything like that. So they benefit from a program like this because they get an opportunity to really up their credibility. They look more substantial. They qualify for this, and there is some qualifying from Google, and Google brings them obviously a lot of status online, and that helps them also to be viewed as a contractor. Most of them call themselves contractors, but they're really small service providers. They benefit from this kind of thing. And I can tell you that I've talked to a few since most started marketing this. They didn't know anything about this. They had no idea. So it really is something that you bring them genuine information. You're not just going to them with, hey, I can help you with SEO, because they hear that all day and all night, or I can do other things for you. Yes, but this is kind of new, and in my experience, and I've been doing this a long time, let me tell you, it pays to come to people with something new. Dan Kennedy always said in many of his seminars and presentations, he said, after a while, your customers say to you, what's new? What is different? And that's what keeps them interested in talking to you and hopefully signing up with you for some of the services that you're offering. So I don't know if everybody here knows Motaki. I've known him about 9 months, and he, like he said, he's in Dubai. He knows a lot about SEO. He has done work for some of the big guys, in the general online marketing field, like Alex Becker and others. He co-authored some products with people like that. Very, very knowledgeable about this stuff. He is also quite the technician, which is what I am not. So he's a good guy to know, just in general. And he provides a lot of services. He has a rather large staff. Somewhere on one of his websites, there's a picture of him with a huge staff of people behind him. I could put all my staff in my little home office here because it's only like one person part-time. But he has quite an operation, and he does a lot of good work. He comes up with a lot of intriguing, interesting ideas, and has been putting them out in the Warrior Plus platform for, I don't know, 10, 12 months now. So I have a couple questions for him to get into this. We're going to have two parts to this. I'm going to ask him some questions, things that I got that were suggested to me to ask him about the Guru Guarantee badge program. And I'm also, what I'm going to do is then I'm going to turn it over to him, and he's going to go through some slides that explain more. So having said that, my first thing was to ask Mo was, when did you realize that this Google Guarantee might make a good marketing tool for consultants?
Right. Can you hear me, Bruce?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Just want to make sure. So everyone on the webinar, can you hear me? Just send a quick yes message in the chat box. Cool. All right, guys. So welcome to the webinar again. This is Mo here. So I just want to get started with the first question that Bruce asked me. You see, I'm always looking for ways for us consultant. I mean, I started as a consultant, and I was working with IBM, and then one day I thought, what I'm doing. I am, just working for someone else and making them rich. So, that's how I got started as an offline consultant. And at that time, I was just doing SEO, and that's how I got started. And then, I used to think, there should be something more that we can offer to the local businesses. And that's how, I got started finding out. I started with a team, a research team, to find out what is working right now, what is new right now. And they always come up with new technique and strategies before anyone else knew about it, right? So it's really a new strategy. So whenever I launch a program, so now we are discussing about Guru Guarantee Batch. It's a new strategy that Google launched, and it's not even it's just in 2 countries right now, USA and Canada, but then they are expanding pretty fast. And then when we learn about this today, we will be able to get a lot of business before anyone else does it. Yeah, so that's about it. Bruce, you can.
All right, that's great. Let me ask you something. Can you fill in people, because I know a lot of consultants and people, myself included, sometimes don't like to read a lot, and it's nice to get somebody to hand us information. What are the basics of the Google Guarantee? As you understand it, I know we could go read about it, but what's just the basics of the Google Guarantee? What are they talking about?
Now, actually, first, let me tell you a little bit about setting up a Google Guarantee, which is, pretty easy. I mean, anyone can do it. It's basically, helps you build a great reputation online. And like I said, it's just started in 2 countries right now. And then people think that setting up Google Guarantee is very difficult, because at some part you will have to use Google AdWords platform, right? So once you get the Google Guarantee approved, you would need to go through AdWords platform. But then setting it up, it's so easy. You just need to set up your budget, and then write an ad copy, and then go live. That's how easy it is. And like I said in the program, Google covers up to $2,000. So if anything goes wrong, let's say I have a business and I've provided a plumbing service, and my customer is not satisfied with me, and I billed him $500. So Google, if my customers reach out to Google and say that, hey, I'm not satisfied, of course, they're going to ask for the reasons and pictures and things like that. After verifying all those things, they are going to give him $500 back. So that's how simple this program is.
Just so I want to make a mention of something that is worth pointing out. We talk about AdWords. It's actually, I think what they actually call it is their local, they're calling it now the local service advertising, but it's basically a type of AdWords. However, you're not paying for this as a consultant, just so you know. This is money that the client that you pick up, the service provider, the plumber, the landscaper, the roofer, this is who's paying for this. And you're charging a fee to manage. Now, I have managed AdWords accounts for a lot of years, actually. And I can tell you that once you get it set, assuming the client has the budget, it almost runs itself. I won't say 100%, but 95%. And it's fairly steady money. But that's what we're talking about when we say using this local service advertising account that Google does require the client to use to be able to give them this guarantee. Obviously, there would be no, you can assume that Google is not stupid. They would not create this system and offer $2,000 warranties for contractors that they're not getting anything from at all, right? So obviously, they have to have them in that. But I just want to make that clear. You're not spending that, and you would never be spending up front for any kind of AdWords or any local advertising service unless you were doing it for yourself. Obviously, that would be different. I wanted to ask you, Mo, what are some tips that you found on how to get unlimited prospects? I mean, talk about the prospecting for this, because that's what bothers a lot of people. They worry. I had a lot of emails actually that said, this is really great. I like this idea, but I wonder how hard it is for me to actually contact people. Is it going to be expensive for me to contact them? So maybe you talk about that a little.
Yeah, I mean, just last week, just 2 weeks back, I think I did a live call. Few of my people from my community joined that call, and a lot of them have the same question, how to make these things work. You're launching a new program every month, then how we are gonna get good result with the prospecting. So I'm gonna tell you 2 things here that really work for me. The first thing is you need to you have a software that is giving you the prospects. These are your potential clients. Now most of us, we are just sending one email and then thinking it's not working. So I would say first, use the software. I'm going to show you how to do that in this live training. Use the software and then follow up with them. You might want to have a spreadsheet where you are contacting the businesses and writing down the names of the businesses you have contacted today, and then contact them again. What I mean by that is follow up with them every 5 days, and that's how you get the business. So that's the one thing, Bruce. It's really working well for me. Now I have some proofs also that I'm gonna cover once I start the presentation. It's really working for the people when they follow up. So it's not the first time when they are sending out an email, it might not work, but then when they follow up at least 3 to 4 times, it's really working out, because these are new strategies, and people, local businesses mainly, they want to do something new to get more business.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And I think people need to realize something. Emailing clients on the surface looks cheap and easy, but it does have one hindrance. There's one Achilles heel, and that is you do have to do it much more frequently. There's just no way. I mean, I could send a postal letter to somebody and I'll get a decent amount of people reading it, but when it comes to email, because email is free basically to use, everybody is emailing. So you really have to do a higher frequency to get those results. But again, it's not costing you anything. You know, it's just, I can't think of a more inexpensive way. And I know if you're working other markets that are distant from you, particularly if you're in another country and you want to work the U.S. market, which we get a lot of people from overseas. I get questions all the time. Bruce, I'm in the UK. I'm in Australia. Can I sell such and such to Americans? Well, yes, you can, but your communication is going to have to be phone and basically email. So I've told people lately, you better get good at email. You really need to, because that's what's going to give you a bigger market. When you're able to service a country like the U.S. but while you're not in the United States. So I think that does make a lot of sense. I just want to make sure on one thing. You would say then that the work that you have to do for the clients is not that involved based on if you follow the steps, correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. And talk to me for a minute about like transitioning this Google Guarantee Badge and getting them set up with that to to other recurring services. I mean, you should be able to make that transition pretty easy, right?
Right. I mean, most of the time we can sell them a lot of recurring services. So once we have, once we have them on board, once we sell them one service, what I do personally, what my team does is, after let's say like 15 to 20 days, we upsell them one more service. We tell them that, we try to use different tools that we have, and then we try to find out if they have schema on their site or not, and then we find out if their site is mobile friendly or not. And then we try to find out different SEO parameters, and I have all the products covering this. So once we figure out that, hey, this thing is missing on his website, and then we take a screenshot and tell him that, hey, John, we see that, your site is not mobile friendly. And as per Google latest update, you should have a mobile friendly website. And this is how we can help you. You see, first we have built that trust with him by selling him the first service. And now he will not mind buying more services from us. And, being here in Dubai, I can sell anywhere in the world. And, I'm happy to say that, most of my clients are from the US and Canada. I have never met them personally, Bruce. So, you just said that, being here, we can, people just think that, we need to be there to do the business, but that's not the case. I'm the proof. Being here, I have clients from US, Canada, France, and many different countries. It's all about, learning your game and then, upselling them, trying to find out, what is missing on their website. Maybe their website design is pretty bad, you can, and, I'm always there. If you have a client, if you don't know where to outsource, just get in touch with me. I have a team of, expert web designers, web developers. I'll be always there for my community because I want to make sure you guys are successful. I can tell you a lot of instances where people are saying that oh, we just told our client no because we don't know how to do it. Come on, I mean, you can always get in touch with me. If you don't know any outsourcer, just get in touch with me. I can help you get it done. So yeah, though that's it, Bruce. We can.
I just want to say
Mhm.
one of the reasons I wanted to bring this program to you guys is because you are listening when he talks to a guy who knows. Like every outsourcer on the planet, he's helped me out a couple times, and I can honestly say I get emails every week where someone says, Bruce, do you know an outsourcer that can do this? I need someone to do this for me, and on and on. And honestly, Mo Techie probably knows how to get more and better outsourcers. He once described himself to me. He said, I think my greatest strength is I know how to figure out who's a good outsourcer and who isn't. I know how to select these guys because he's been doing it so often. So I do think he's a great resource just for that alone. What I'm going to do now is, well,
Hey, Bruce,
one more. Yes, yes.
can he break down the Guru Guarantee Badge dollar? Because I haven't read the sales page. I haven't done anything but got on this webinar, so I don't even know what it's about. How we break it?
Is
Bruce, can you hear me?
you can go to the person that just asked that question. You can go to the sales page, which is listed. You probably got a link to the sales page, but if not, if you can leave your email in the chat box, I'll have somebody send you a link to the sales page. It would take a while to go over that, but it's a program that Google offers to local service businesses. That's what this refers to. I just can't take the time now to go through the whole step by step of what it is, but it does explain it all on the sales page. I'm going to turn it over to Mo now, and what I want to do is he's going to go through something that he developed that came about because I asked him recently. I said, "What do you think the two biggest obstacles are to getting success, particularly offline, but online for that matter?" And he's been in this as long as I have. He said many consultants and marketers get overwhelmed by all the work they have to do, and instead they end up doing almost nothing. They partly out of fear, maybe they have a lack of knowledge. A lot of times that's true. It's inertia. People see everything in front of them and go, "Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start." And he really has got more of this done for you type of mentality than anybody I've ever worked with. He absolutely looks for ways to have his people and his staff, which is large, do work for individual offline and online people like you and I. And he told me, he says, I looked at different ways to solve this issue because it is a problem, and consultants would make a lot more money if they knew that this was all being done in a done-for-you fashion. So what he developed is something that he's going to talk about that fits like a hand in a glove into this conversation we're having right now. And just to give you an example, because I thought this was like kind of interesting, almost amazing. What he's been doing is helping people with a program that he developed where he does the prospecting and a lot of the things that you would normally have to do to get started with Google Guarantee Badge income. And that's something that he wants to describe to you in a lot more detail, because I think you'll be interested in this. At least some of you will. And these are some replies that some of the students and the members have been getting to what his service has been sending out for them, and the marketing that they've been doing. And I'm just flipping through a few of these here. He's got a lot more, but I'm not going to go through everything here. But in any event, these things are really the tip of the iceberg, because this is an interesting concept where a lot of your early marketing gets done for you by his team. So what I'm going to do at this point is turn this over to Mo so he can get into some more details about how to market this. And then I'll come back toward the end after he's shared with you some of these different processes that he has. And I think even if this isn't for you, I think you'll still find this really valuable. So with that being said, I will turn it over to my friend Mo Taki.
All right, thanks a lot, Bruce. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So let me go back here. All right, it should be fine now. Oops. All right, so guys, my goal for you today is to show you how to find unlimited leads And we are also going to discuss sending simple email that converts. But most importantly, like I said, the money is in the follow-up. That's where we are missing the most consultant right now. They try few emails and they say it's not working. So before I start, I just want to make sure, can you hear me, Bruce? And my screen
Yes.
is okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
So I'll continue, and then we'll discuss doing the actual work for the client, and I'm going to show you how simple it is right now. So it's everything you need to start making money with Google Guarantee, right? So you're going to learn how to find unlimited leads, sending simple email that converts, following up with your leads, which is very important, and setting up your Google Guarantee badge, tips and strategies to make it big with Google Guarantee. Right, so I've already told you, a lot about me. I'm just gonna skip this for now. But then that's my picture. I'm sitting in Dubai, um, and I'm sure you know about Bruce. He got 20 years as he has been working as a full-time marketer for 20 more years now, and he's a copywriter for some of the largest local launches on Warrior Plus. So let me move on. My first business, I was struggling. I was working for IBM, which I was in a night shift, and I never wanted to work for someone else and make them rich. And one day I read this book called, I think, I want to tell you the name of this book because it has really changed my mindset. When you change your mind, miracle happens, guys. Trust me. Um, um, you know, I was doing this night shift job at IBM, and I was making, like less than $250. I think it was around $300 per month doing this night shift job. And then after reading Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, by the way, I highly recommend everyone in my community. It's my family, and I want you all to read this book. I've given this book to my son, even though he has just started reading. He's just 6 years old. I want you. Uh, I gave him the book, I gifted him the book and told him to read it one every day. And whenever he comes and asks me question, I just give him some, incentive. I just give him a small toy or something because this is important. We think that, 9 to 5 is everything. But then, guys, I'm sorry to say, we are never ever gonna leave our dream lifestyle working 9 to 5. So that's how I got started, struggling, working for IBM, and I'm trying new things every day. And, it was not working. And I quickly realized that, it's the number game. What I mean by that, the more clients I have, the more money I will be able to make. So the more businesses I will be approaching. And that's how I decided that I'm going to do something, and that's how it started with email marketing. And what has changed for me, it's not just sending one email, it's the follow-up emails. The magic is in the follow-up email, and many of us, I'm stressing so much on follow-up emails today. That's because that's the one thing that has completely changed my business today. Once I got committed, everything changed. Few months in this, I had like 9 SEO clients. I was making $5,000 a month. Remember what I told you just now? I was making $300 at IBM doing a night shift job, which I hated. I never wanted to work for someone else. I wanted to work for myself and make myself rich. So within a year, I had, I got approached by big internet marketers like Ari Bajwa. I'm not sure if you know him. Back then, he had a software called SENuke software, and he said, hey, can you help my clients rank on page 1 of Google? Because at that time, I was doing pretty well with SEO, and then 50 plus clients and 6-figure a year can get you anything. So by the end of this training, guys, you will be telling me this is not only reasonable but doable in next 30 days. This is why you need to commit to the guarantee batch business. Local marketing is not going anywhere. I'll be doing this 10 years from now. It's just that I will be changing the strategies, and we need to make sure we promote them a new thing every month. You should have an email list of your local businesses, and you should be sending them a new service, a new strategy every month, and that's how you're gonna follow up and make huge money with being a local consultant. I have 100% control on my clients. I can upsell them new services. I can sell them different recurring services, and this is the easiest way that I have found out for making 10K a month. That's a passive income, and the good thing is this business is scalable. So how the business work? Find unlimited leads. You're gonna find leads first, sending simple email that works, and then doing the work for your clients. So that's how we are going to discuss now on this call. The first thing I want you to show you is the software that you have, and let me just log in here, and how you're going to use this software to get unlimited leads. Bruce, can you see my screen right now, the software screen, the dashboard?
Actually, no, I can't. I somehow lost the. I don't know what happened. I ask the people in the chat if somebody can tell you if they see it. I may have just followed up something.
Right. So I see the screen. We can see it. Yes.
All right.
I
Yeah. They can. That's all that matters. Just go ahead.
All right, cool. So go ahead. So now you all have the access to this software inside your members area. So this is the members area for Guru Guarantee Batch dollars, and you see the number 3 here. This is the software, and then I have the training on the software. So today, what we are gonna do is we are gonna learn how to use this software and then approach the businesses. So first we are finding the leads. So can any one of you give me a keyword here to get started with our step 1? Painter, plumber, roofer, lawn care, carpenters. All right, so I'm gonna just select roofers. Thanks, Keith. So let me just type in roofers here, and then I'm gonna just select Dallas. I'm sorry, that's the project name. The keyword is roofers, and then location, I'm just gonna select Dallas, and then hit create leads. Now what software is gonna do is it's gonna do 2 things here. First, it's gonna find the competitors. That means it's going to give you the list of roofers in Dallas who are already ranking in, who already got Google Batch Guarantee. So this will help you when you're approaching the clients. So I want to show you how that works. So I have this plumber test campaign, and when I click on this competitor icon here, all right, so now you see the competitor with the URL. So you can send this URL to your competitors, just include that in your email, or you can just take a screenshot and show it to them. That's going to be amazing. Now this campaign is ready for us, roofer. I'm going to click on competitor here and show you the businesses who are already on Google Batch, who already got Google Guarantee Badge. Now, just imagine, guys, if I'm a roofer based in Dallas, and you tell me that, hey Mo, your competitors, the Portland Roofers, North American Roofers, Roofer Success International, Suncoast Roofer, they all got Google Guarantee Badge. Would you not be interesting? Now, first time I might, think about just imagine you're emailing me, and first time I might think about it might be a spam. I don't want to try this. And then after a few days, you email me again saying that, hey, you're missing sales. You want to check this out. Check out the Portland Roofers. They got Google Guarantee Badge, and I will sure check it out. So that's the first thing you want to check out, check the competitor link. And then I want you to click on this icon under action. Here you have the list of businesses who don't have Google Guarantee Badge right now. Now you have their telephone number. If you want, you can after sending. It's all about going the extra mile. That's how I grew my business. I always think about how to go the extra mile. So normally what I do when I start a campaign, I just send them email. I'll just go here. I'm sorry. I'll just go under action and then click on this. I'll save all the leads. So let me just save around 10, and then I'm going to show you how to send bulk emails to all these leads rather than sending them email one by one, right? So I've selected around 12 or 15 leads here, and it's saved in my saved leads here. So I can click under action and see all the leads here. Now, what I want to do is, rather than sending them one email at a time, I just give the project name as the date. So let's say today is April 13th, so that I know when exactly I have to. And then you can use a spreadsheet, Google spreadsheet, to list down all the emails that you're sending. So that way, it will become easier for you to email them, follow up with them again, because the money is in the follow-up, guys. You need to make sure you are email following up with them. So here's the template we created. You can use this, or you can use your, if you are creative, you want to go the extra mile, add some benefit points here, and then send it to them. Just make a few changes here and there, and then you can add the screenshot, you can add an image, or you can just add the URL that I showed you, the competitor's URL. Now we are not done. You just send them an email. I want you to at least have 5 campaigns, at least 5 campaigns going on every day. You want to have today is April 13th. I want you to have 5 different campaigns. In each campaign, have at least 15 to 20 emails, and then that's how you are gonna again follow up with them after 4 days. So you want to make sure you have at least 4 to 5 follow-ups going on to each and every one, and that's how you're going to get clients, guys. It's not about just sending one email and waiting for that potential client to get in touch with you, which is never going to happen. Michael, I'm going to take questions once I'm done with the presentation. Sorry about that. All right, so that's the number one thing, which is going to make you successful, guys. Trust me on that. Follow up with them. So that's how cool, that's how easy it is, guys. I'm going to take a few more keywords here. Let's say plumber in Chicago. All right, plumber. And now here, what I want you to do is give it a date. So let's say April 13th, 2019. So that way you will know that, when you have contacted them, and then I want you to maintain a spreadsheet so that you can track, and then send them one more email after 4 days, follow up with them. And that's how you get the business, guys, because this is something new. We are not selling SEO. We are not selling web designing. We are selling something new, which no one is, aware about. Even the local marketing agencies don't have any idea about what Google Guarantee Badge is. They don't have any idea about Google Schema. They don't have any idea about ranking in Google Maps neighborhood. So, we are going to get a lot of business if we learn to follow up with them. So there's no limit on using the software. You can use and find unlimited keywords, but at least, I want you to give 30 minutes every day to make this thing work. At least give 25 to 30 minutes and have 4 to 5 campaigns going on every day, in the morning or in the nighttime, whenever you are free. If you are working somewhere, first start reading that book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's gonna change your mindset. It's gonna make you an entrepreneur, right? And now we are gonna move on to the
Rain's supposed
email.
to end by 12.
Sorry about that.
Tomorrow's supposed to be 76 degrees. But
All right, let me mute Barry. Sorry about that. All right, so let's get back. So the second thing that we are going to cover here is sending simple email that converts. Now, we are not talking about recurring services as of now. We are just talking about sending the simple email, and the result that Bruce showed you just before. Let me just go back to that. So this result is coming for this same simple email that we are using for prospecting. These are for real clients. Now, if you are in my done for you outsourcing program, you know that who this client is. So this is the real result, guys. You see, people are interested just because we are following up. So this is not the first time we send them email. We got their reply. We got their reply after sending 2 to 3 emails to the same person. So start using the simple emails, guys. You don't have to be an expert. Like Bruce was saying, you just have to take massive action. You have to send at least have 4 to 5 campaigns going on every day. We have already uploaded this email in the software. So whenever you start a campaign, all you need to do is, go into save leads and then click on this email icon under send, and that email will pop up automatically for you. And from here, you can make the changes, add your signature, select the leads, and things like that. So if you want, I can add a few more emails for you in members area in a couple of days, so that but then this email works, guys. I don't want to confuse you with 4 to 5 different emails. You can add your own touch in this email, add some benefits. The biggest thing we are doing in this email, guys, is showing them the screenshot of their competitors, and that work is also, it's done for you. All you need to do is click on this competitor link here. It's going to give you all the their competitors details. So simple email works. That's exactly what I mean by using a simple email that works and getting results just like this. These are real results from my clients. Right, so next we are gonna move on to providing the service, which is I found out that a lot of you are confused about that. So there's nothing to be confused, guys. Okay, so let me cover this, how I will do it, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is, and I'm also gonna answer your question. A lot of you have asked, even on this webinar, what is the minimum budget to get started? All right, so let's get started. Now, as soon as we go here, this URL is under your quick start guide, under your Google Guarantee Badge program. So we're gonna go, where is the URL? Right. So you're gonna go to this URL and then we're gonna click on sign up. Now we just imagine that you got a new client and you're doing his work right now, okay? And then you're gonna click on continue. It tells you a little bit about, now these points, you can mention these points in your email. Like I said, go the extra mile, be creative. You can create a little graphic or something, or you can just copy and paste. You can use this, just take a screenshot like that and then send it to them. it got all the important points. You can even take this and then just hit continue. So it's going to ask you for the category. So I'll select electrician and then let's say Alaska. I'm going to find out the zip code for Alaska. So let me just take this zip code and then check eligibility. All right, it's not available in few areas, like I've mentioned. So I just want to check few other areas where it is right now. So let me try Alabama. Bruce, you remember the keyword that we did last time?
Not really. I'm sorry. I don't know which one you refer to. I think I don't know right offhand.
Okay, let me see in chat if any one of them remember, so that I
Oh,
can.
you mean the first one now that we're just talking about now? That was Dallas Roofer. Dallas Roofer.
No, not that one. So
All right.
let me just try a few other keywords here. You know what? Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna just. Can you see my screen, guys? Yes or no? We don't know. Okay, I think I've added one here so let me see if I can find that keyword. I'm gonna keep trying because this is important. I want to make sure. Niranjan, plumber in San Diego. Let me try. Thanks, bro. Let me just try that. Plumber. All right. Where is San Diego? Now I'm gonna try a few more different terms here. I don't remember. I mean, in the training we did. Go for plumber in New York. Let me try that. I just want to complete this training, guys, because a lot of you are confused. So plumber. All right, zip code. Let me find out the zip code. All right, and then plumber. That was, let me check. All right, it's loading right now. All right, so it worked at last. So now I'm going to show you how you're going to set it up. All right, so it says, now a Google Guarantee, as you know, guys, they charge per lead. So they are not going to charge you until you get a lead, right? So let's imagine plumbers, they get a hot water cylinder client or something like that. So they're going to charge anywhere between $400 to $500. And look at this. They're getting 8 leads for $192. You can even reduce this and start with as low as $72. For most of them, it's about $50 to $70, and they're going to send you 3 leads, right? So that's what depends on the business that you're working with. But then I recommend starting with at least 10 leads, and if they have low budget, you can start with the minimum, which is $72 or $50, and then you're just gonna click on next, right? So I'm going to select 8 leads. Now it will ask for the business name, XYZ Plumber, their phone number. I'm not sure if this is. And then website is optional, but I recommend, adding a website, and then create next. The business, you want to add the email ID of the business and click on next. Remember guys, we are setting up Google Guarantee Badge for them live on the call. And then you're gonna click on next. All right. It's waiting for Google. All right, now it says create your profile, which we are gonna do. Owner's name, so let's say add my name. Total number of field worker, including you. So let's say 5 year, let's say 5 years in business. We're gonna add. This is pretty easy, guys. It has, just need to fill in the blanks, and you are good to go. Set up your business area. So I'm gonna street address. Unfortunately, I don't have that, so. Let me just select that, New York. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna go to the next step, which is set up your service areas. Now guys, while this page loads, just tell me how difficult this is. Are you finding it difficult, guys? This is like, setting up Google Guarantee Badge within 30 minutes. Will says it's simple. Thanks, Will. Can I get hashtag simple from everyone here so that we can move on with the training, because this is really simple. SR says simple. Thank you so much, guys. So, and then you're gonna put in the zip code of the client. So I think we have selected the zip code here. I'm gonna enter that zip code. Yeah, so I'm gonna select, you can select multiple zip codes, right? So you're selecting your service area right now. So you need to check with the client what their service area is, right? Larry, we are gonna discuss about license and insurance. You see the last option here, which says license and insurance. This is where you will be asked about the license and insurance. So we are going there now, right? So you can select the service area. You can ask your client what service areas you are targeting right now. Take the zip codes of those service area and then just enter it here. And then we're gonna go back to the next step. Right. Let's see. I'll come back to you. All right. So set up your service types. Now you're gonna again ask your business, in this case plumber, what if they do all this kind of work: find and repair leak, install garbage disposal, install toilet, and all those kind of things. You're gonna select whatever they are into, and then next step, select their business hours. This is pretty easy, guys. It's like setting up your Gmail account or any other account, right? So just mention the working hours, right? So let's say they are not working on Thursday, just in case. Let's say they are not working on Friday and Saturday, like here in Dubai, we don't work on Fridays and Saturdays. Just gonna mention their working hours, and then you're gonna hit next. All right. So this is how it's gonna look like, guys. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be a copywriting expert like Bruce. you just Google is doing all the work for you. Your ad is ready. See, we have around 6 steps which are pretty easy. All right, now you can preview this. If you want any changes, let's say you want to change the business name, but then make sure the business name is as per the license, right? So once that's done, click on next. Now, I don't remember who asked where to upload. I think Larry, you asked what about license and insurance? This is the last step. Now I don't have license and insurance, but we are done. We are done with the installation. As soon as you upload their license, the expiry date of the license, and then I agree and then click on next, you are done. Tell me, guys, how difficult this is, right? I mean, people think that this is so difficult, but trust me, this is not at all difficult. It's pretty simple. And now I want to ask you guys, who wants to do this now? Right? Just tell me who wants to do this now. Let me go back here. And not 6 months, but you want to start it now. Who wants to get all this done for you in the next 90 days? Number one, yes, you can do this your own. You're likely going to spend a year testing and learning, and even frustrated because you're trying many different things and it might not work, and spend that year making the same amount you made last year. And then step two, get it all done right in the next 90 days by someone who has successfully done it over and over with a 6-figure result. You can avoid a massive cash loss and skip all the wasted time. Guys, I'm introducing today Outsource Deployment Dollars. For beginners, you are going to get your first client in 90 days. No money lost on finding leads or tedious emails. For business owners, you can 2x your business in 90 days, get more clients, and make more passive income. It really is that simple. So let me tell you 90 days complete done for you system. Our team of experts will find leads for you. They will send emails to those leads on your behalf. You don't have to do anything. You're just going to track everything from single dashboard that we are going to give you. They will follow up with these leads for you because we know money is in the follow-up. Full access to tracking software to track all the work in one single dashboard. Everything is done for you without you doing anything at all. So here's what you will get in the next 90 days. Month one, setting up your business properly. This is so important. And then once the business is set up, we continue finding leads for you, 200 leads, but then we follow up with them. That's where the magic is going to happen. Emailing those leads and then following up, doing the work for your first client. I just showed you how simple it is, and you can do it yourself. And then posting classified ads in your area. Month two, again, we do the same thing. Fresh, new, 200 leads, emailing those leads and doing the work for them. Month three, again, we do. Our goal here is to get you your first client, which is, you can charge them up to $500. But once we know that, you're going to get much more than one client, you're going to get tracking software, free access for 12 months. You're going to, track everything, the emails that are being sent, and then the responses, and then follow-ups, and all those kind of things. You also receive 90 days email access to your dedicated manager who is going to work with you and make sure you are successful. And then you're going to get access to our exclusive mastermind Facebook group. To sum up, guys, 90 days of done for you service, 12 months access to the tracking software, dedicated account specialist for 90 days, and an exclusive question and answer Facebook mastermind access. Real world value for something like this is $3,493. You do the math, real world value is $3,493. So for beginners, you're getting your first client in 90 days. for business owners, you're 2x your business in 90 days. So standard price, guys, for something like this is $1997. Special webinar only price for everything, you're gonna get it for $197 a month, and you can cancel it whenever you want. And we have our refund policy like our other programs. We are hiring a team on your behalf, and they're gonna do all the work for you. So special webinar only price for you guys is $197 a month only, and you're getting everything that I told you. The only risk here is, you're not taking action, and then you're just delaying the things. And when we do the work for you, you just need to track everything from one single dashboard. Plus, for the first 10 buyers, you will receive Prospect SEO 1 year free access. Normally, this two softwares, Page One Machine, it's software that promotes your YouTube videos and help you get more links for your client sites. This will help you with upselling new services, recurring services to your clients. So what you will get today, 90 days of done for you service, tracking software, dedicated manager, mastermind access, plus all your free software for just one payment of $197 a month. Bruce, you want to add anything?
Two things. One, make sure, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Just so that everybody on the call understands, going back just a little bit, the whole idea of having the client in the local advertising, you're going to be able to make a monthly recurring managing those. Yet, don't get this wrong, you're not spending any money on that advertising, and you're not even fronting any money, because they are paying you before any money is spent out of their ad account. So it's important to know that you're not into any amount of money prior to already having a client and them already paying you the fees and depositing money in their advertising account. Second thing is, the list of things that he offers here, you really get some great software. I have seen some of this stuff work lately, taking a look at it, and this all together gives you an awful lot of stuff that you probably, I don't know, if you were trying to combine all this on your own and go out and buy it, excuse me, it would be rather expensive. So, I think that's what you get is a way to start and really have them do the grunt work. If you want to know the truth, that's how I view it. They do the grunt work for you, and excuse me, they know how to do it. There is a page, this link that says "I Am Workers Outsource Deployment Dollars." It's in red on your screen. You should go to that page at least and read what's on there, because there's more information and details about this. Goes into more detail so that you get a better picture of what's offered to you. Frankly, $197 a month in today's world is really not that expensive. Were you to go out and outsource individually and go find people that would do this for you, I'm confident it would cost you more than that. And then you'd have to track everybody, and you would have no idea if they knew what they were doing anyways. So one of the great things, I think, and why I like what Taki puts together is, again, he has this little army of people who will go to work doing these kind of projects. You know that if you bought the, and most of you, I assume, are buyers of the Guru Badge program, you know that he gives, includes with most of his launches and products, a consultant website, free website that is customized to the specific program or service being offered. These are great. If you took a look at what the new one looks like, it's excellent. And he doesn't just give you the site and say, here, go install it, figure it out. If you are as technically a dunce as I am, it's great because they install it for you. So I don't know how you put a value on all that, but I do think that it's easily worth what he's asking here. And this is not, you're not committing for anything but each individual payment. So if you decide in the next month or month after, oh, I don't want to do this, then you're out. There's no problem. You haven't committed to thousands of dollars or anything like that. So I do think it's a good value. And the minute you go out and start to hire people, you'll find out that it does cost real money to get good people that know how to do something. So that's what I would add about that. And then also, I think it's probably good, like I said, to go look at this. Go look at this page, imworkers.com, outsource deployment dollars. It's a lot more information on there than what's in this presentation. Go ahead, Tucky.
Right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thanks about that. So I've posted the link, guys. We have this special going on for next 24 hours, and then I cannot take more clients at this rate because it's really difficult to work with so many. So I'm just looking for around 20 to 25, and then I'm gonna increase the price to. Let me send the link again to everyone. I send the link in the chat box, guys, if you want to check. And if you have any questions now, I'll be happy to reply. Let me. Bruce, can you hear me? Bruce, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So let me know, guys, if you have any questions. Derry, it really depends. We cannot guarantee, but you know, it's proven to work. I mean, we have been doing it, and as you can see in our presentation, it's working for a lot of people. And then, you know, we have been doing it. We have an expert team, so we will try our best. Like my other programs, I care for my customers, and I want to make sure you get the success, because your success is my success. So let me know if any other questions we have, guys, and then, you know, I've sent the link to everyone in the chat box. You can just join using that link. And, you know, if you have any questions, just let me know. John, yes, there will be a replay for this. I'll add it in the members area and let you know. Will ask, when you say to run 4 to 5 campaigns per day, is that 4 to 5 different niches? I mean, if you want, you can, but then I recommend staying with one niche and targeting many different states. Now, don't think that, guys, you know, if you are in New York, you just want to target people in New York. You know, I'm in Dubai and I can target people across the world. So that's the beauty of this program. Derry asked, how much should we charge a customer a month? Now, we charge them $500 upfront to get them Google Guarantee Badge, and then we convince them to hire us for doing their monthly ad setup and things like that. Plus, if you know, if you are creative enough, you can also upsell them different services, like, you know, Schema. I have a product called Schema Standout. You can do Google Maps neighborhood for them and things like that. Girish asks, clients who have Google My Maps setup, will they need this? Yeah, I mean, they need to have Google My Business page to be able to set up Guarantee Badge. And John asked, what niches do you like best? I have a list of niches, so if you just go to Google and type local niches, I can just put in that URL here, so you can see all the top local niches that you can target. Top local niches. So that's the link. Any other questions, guys? So this special is gonna end in 24 hours, and then I'm gonna increase the price of this to $397 a month, because it's really difficult to provide something like this of great value for 197. But you know, I really care about my community and I want to make sure I give you the best. So yeah, any other questions, guys? I'm gonna take a few more questions and then I'm gonna wind up. Larry asked, hi Mo, what do you do for the monthly recurring service since the ad is just business name and contact info? Right, like I said, Larry, you want to do different services. You want to take their website and then find out what is missing. You know, I just explained this on the call. You want to make sure they have schema stand out. I'm sorry, you want to make sure they have schema on their site. You want to make sure their website is mobile friendly or not. And then you can upsell them Google Maps neighborhood rankings and things like that. Yes, Girish said, so Google Guarantee could be an upsell to GMB. Yes, I mean, if they don't have Google My Business, there you go. You know, you can sell them Google My Business page. You can tell them, you know, hey, I'll set up this for you, and it will be like maybe, you know, $250 extra. Any other questions? Jimmy, Bruce, what is the difference between this and Google AdWords? I'll give you a simple example here for your question. Who asked this question? Let me check. Jimmy, Google AdWords, it's kind of old school right now. Google always comes up with new strategies, and this is the new strategies. They figured out that Google AdWords is not easy, meaning that, you know, it's not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone can do Google AdWords because it is difficult. You have to meet so many parameters to be able to run your ads successfully on Google AdWords, wherein with this Google Guarantee badge, it's so easy. I showed you just now. Anyone can do it. You know, you don't need to be an expert. You don't need any experience. You can just set it up easily. All right, Bruce, shall we wind this up now, or shall we take a few more questions before we wind up? So guys, yeah, go ahead.
I was to say, well, we're right about on schedule. We're just a little over an hour, and it's probably best not to keep everybody. I think people ought to go look at this other page that details this out some more. And I would also say, just as a postscript, this business about AdWords, people don't realize it, but the old style AdWords is not doing so well for Google like it used to. Google's revenue from that is down considerably. I was just reading about this, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Mo just alluded to one, is that when Google AdWords started, it was very easy to get ads approved and get them up and running. And if you know anything about this, and I do because I've run them, I can tell you that they're so much more difficult now. So many people, good marketers, have dropped them. You know, they don't use them. And they're also had gotten quite expensive, you know, per search word. They were a lot more expensive than than when they started. So sort of a lot of people feel the benefits of that have gotten less and less. What this is not really AdWords. This is using it's called their local advertising services. And while it's similar in nature, they've removed a lot of the problems because they saw what was happening. They were losing business. So it's easier to get set up, as Mo just showed you, but it's also easier to run them. And I would add, one of the things you're getting paid for on residual is testing the ads, changing the ad. You know, the copy in the ad, it doesn't always have to be exactly the same. So this is something else that you can do, along with the fact that if they're running in that and they like it and they're getting results, it makes all the difference in the world when you go to a client that already knows you, trusts you, sees that you performed the way you said you were going to. It is 10 times easier to sell them other services. In fact, I've had clients where literally, because I'm lazy, they would come to me and say, well, what else can you do for my business? I should be embarrassed that they would have to even ask me that, right? But I've had that happen. And it's because once they feel comfortable with you, they would rather not deal with anyone else. I can tell you that. So anything you can do to get your foot in the door, you know, we hear that expression all the time. Got to get my foot in the door of this business. But it's true. It pays off once you've done this successfully because you have a variety of services. And Mo's got some great stuff, including GMAPS and Schema. Both were products that I thought were tremendous. And they are the kind of thing that a business is not hearing about from every Tom, Dick, and Mary, you know, consultant down the street. So, anyways, I appreciate all of you joining us for this. We had a nice turnout, more than I expected on a Saturday, by the way. And go and check this out some more. And if you feel like it's something that can benefit you, I would encourage you to get it. I really would. And I think you'll get real benefits from it. Thank you, Mo, for hosting this call and or being on the call. And we will, unless you have something else to add, I'll close it out and say best of luck to everybody. And if now's the time, if you want to visit Florida, come down to Florida because it's not too hot yet. It's beautiful, but it's not steaming hot. Okay, Mo, it's handing it back to you.
Right. Thank you so much, Bruce. You've been really helpful, and thank you so much, everyone, for attending the call. I'll leave the link here in the chat box if you want to join this amazing new service. And like I said, you know, I am gonna take out the special pricing as soon as timer hits 0 because I don't want to keep this open for a long time because it's a business and I also want to make some profit. I'll be honest with you, right? You are my family and, you know, I want to make sure you get the benefit. If you are joining within 24 hours, we already have a lot of result coming in with our email marketing for the clients. You know, if you check this is the real email coming from the, our prospect. So they are interested. A lot of businesses are interesting. We are not selling them something old like, you know, SEO, web designing, mobile apps, and things like that, because this is new, and you know they will be interested because they want something new to grow their business. So let us, I want you to give me an opportunity to serve you. Give me an opportunity to be a part of your success so that together, we all become successful because that's my goal at I'm Workers. Thank you so much again, guys, for attending this training call. I'm going to make sure the link will be available in the members area if you want to watch again. And yeah, thank you so much. You have a good day. I'm going to end this call now.
Is there a bonus?